So what if I told you that in just one weekend, you can use this with your photography to make $2,000 to $3,000 in one weekend? What's going on, guys? KY, not Kai the Creative, and I'm a filmmaker and photographer based out of Toronto, Ontario. And I've been freelancing for a few years now, and I wish that before, when I started my journey and I was transitioning from my 9-to-5 job to a full-time freelance lifestyle, that I had people that were able to give me tips and tricks to help me bridge myself from having a 9-to-5 job working for somewhere else to living this freelance lifestyle, working with clients, owning a business, generating money, and all the things that have to do with being a freelancer or a content creator or anything like that. And we're going to be talking about one of the most important things that I wish that I knew, and that's batch shooting clients to generate a lot of money in a very short period of time. Now let me explain what batch shooting is. Now it's a little bit different than when you're filming content for yourself and your channel, when you're booking in different times to shoot your own content and then you're gonna edit it throughout the week. This is the same kind of concept, but instead you're doing client work. Especially with photography, it's very easy to stack up multiple photo shoots in one day to generate a lot of money very quickly. But it depends on these 6 steps to help you out to make that a lot easier for you. Step number 1 is you're going to pick a theme. When you're advertising a photo shoot day, when you're advertising a batch shoot, you wanna have some sort of product and some sort of theme or some sort of mood of the particular shoot. It'll help dictate everything else that you're going to be doing later on. What I usually do is I keep about 4 to 6 themes in my head and in my back pocket, and then I start planning things around that. So for example, if I was going to shoot a gym shoot, batch shoot for the day, I would pick out a gym location. I'd have 4 to 6 spots that I would have for different clients to do their photo shoots in. Now step number 2 is picking a location. So based on your theme, you're going to be able to pick a location based off of what your idea is. So whether you want to do headshots or real estate agents, or you want to do some corporate work, maybe you want to do fitness stuff just like myself, or maybe you work with a lot of freelance models, you want to book out a studio and they have things for their portfolios to start advertising to agencies and things like that. Picking your location is incredibly important. I use services like This Open Space and Peerspace to help myself find different locations that I could plan around the mood of a particular shoot. Which brings me to step 3, is making a package that's digestible, it's easy to attain, and you have to make it so attractive that it's almost irresponsible not to go with it. Basically what I do is after I figured out my location, I figure out all the other expenses, I add a $2,000 to $3,000 amount on how I want to go about this. So for the sake of this video, I want to make $2,000 this weekend, and a studio day rate, especially if you're living in Toronto, Ontario, is anywhere between $600 to $800. I know that at the end of the day, I have to have enough revenue that I have $2,600 to $2,800. Now what I have to do is I have to figure out realistically in a day of shooting, in an 8 or 10-hour day, depending how long you have the studio for, how many client shoots can I fit in that one day, and how accessible can I make it, because the name of the game here is volume. I want to have as many people booking in these spaces that I have available. The idea is you want to make sure that these fill and they fill quickly. So you have to make a digestible and affordable package for clients to make it attractive for them to book for that particular day. Say for example, I have 10 hours to shoot as much client work as I possibly can, and I decide I want to split this up into say 6 spaces just to be fair. What I want to do is I'm going to give myself an hour break, which means it's going to be 9 hours of shooting and 1 hour of a break that I'm going to have for lunch, changeover gear, things like that. So it is going to be a pretty long day. Now with having 6 clients in there for that batch shooting day, divided by the $2,800, you got to charge about $465 to $470 per person. Now what you have to do is you have to design a package that's attractive enough that if I was to tell that to a bunch of people, that $470 would seem like a really good price for what you're offering for that day, under the parameters that you're going to be shooting with each of those 6 clients for about an hour and a half each. Now you could dress it up or you can dress it down. You could offer extra edited images, you could offer extra things. You might have maybe a reel that you're gonna shoot for that photo shoot. You can offer whatever you want. Maximize the value that you're gonna get in that $465 and $470 range, and make it so good that it's almost an irresponsible decision for someone to say no to it. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna do a test shoot. Now this is a pro tip that I used very early on and it went a long way for me. When you do a test shoot, you find the location you're gonna shoot at and you try to book in before that date, a day to test out the location, a day to actually get some shots in. Maybe you bring one of your friends, take some photos, but start to find out the light, start to find out the different angles you wanna shoot from. Start doing the pre-production on that shoot day well before it happens, because what's gonna end up happening is that day is going to be tight. I know you're gonna get an hour and a half to shoot with each person, which seems like a lot of time, but it's gonna go very, very quickly. You wanna start setting up different shot lists, maybe 7 to 10 different poses or angles that you wanna do that you could always go back to for each of that batch shoot. You wanna make sure that the workflow is pretty simple and as streamlined as possible, because you're going to be going through a lot of clients at one time. So give yourself a test shoot. Now another thing you're gonna do is with that test shoot, once you've finished it, you're gonna start using that as your marketing material for your batch shooting day. So for example, if I have a batch shoot in a weekend in June, I'm probably gonna do my test shoot in about March or April, and between March, April, May, I'm gonna start advertising it using the content that I got from that test shooting day. Final step you're gonna do with batch shooting and trying to make $2,000 to $3,000 this weekend is keep a bunch of themes in your back pocket. What I normally do is I plan out anywhere between 3 to 6 different themes, 3 to 6 different styles of photo shoots that I wanna do, whether it be a beach or a gym or a photography studio traditionally, or anything like that. I'll keep a couple of those in my back pocket so throughout the year I can offer batch shooting weekends. Some people have actually made their entire careers on just batch shooting throughout the entire year, and it's been able to do a lot for them. Because you're gonna be working with so many clients in one day, it helps as a great marketing tool because you're gonna be seeing 6 faces as opposed to 1 in one day. But I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys a really important tip when you're freelancing to generate a lot of money very quickly. Batch shooting, what that's done for me, it's been able to get me in front of a lot of people's faces. It's able to show people what I can do with the camera. It's able to show people the value that I can bring. And a lot of those batch shooting clients have come back for other services from video or anything else and things like that. I hope this was a help. And if you guys like this type of content, you guys like this nugget of freelancer information that you guys can get on a weekly basis, leave a comment down below and leave some other things that you are inquiring about, leave some other things that you are confused about. If you're starting your freelance career or you're knee deep in it already and you feel like you've hit a wall and you need some help. That being said, this is KY, not Kai the Creative, and I'll see you guys next week.